Hadi Awang is a conservative Muslim leader who has come to power through the democratic process. His Friday sermons regularly attract around 5,000 people. Some travel over 100 miles to hear him.
Sudah makan, alhamdulillah. Sudah minum, alhamdulillah. Melazimkan diri dengan membaca Quran, makanan roh dan menguatkan roh. Bila roh seseorang itu lemah, boleh diganggu oleh syaitan.
In 1999, Hadi Awang was elected Chief Minister of Malaysia's northeastern state of Terengganu. With 15% of the national vote, his party now forms the main opposition to Malaysia's sitting government.
Islam successfully created a large empire for more than 1,000 years. This indicates that Islam has the ability not only to be the religion of an individual, but also the religion of a country that rules with justice. What is important is that we want to be given the opportunity, through democracy, to implement Islam in our government.
The Chief Minister's party is calling for the implementation of full Sharia law for Malaysia to become an Islamic state.
At the root of it, it's a desire to live as a Muslim because the state is a vital ingredient in shaping the environment in which you live.
According to Chandra Muzaffar, the Islamic Party's popularity stems from uneven development and limited political participation.
Muslims here, as elsewhere, very often feel comfortable about expressing dissent through Islam because they associate Islam with the quest for an ideal.
Here in Kuala Lumpur, the government has responded to the Islamic Party's popularity not by repression, but by becoming more Islamic itself. It has introduced interest-free Islamic banking, created a new Islamic university, and given Sharia courts greater autonomy. While criminal cases are tried in secular courts, family law is administered by Islamic judges. The changes have not been welcomed by all Muslims, especially women. Ida Melli has been trying to get a divorce for 6 years. It began 7.5 years into an arranged marriage when she heard rumors about her husband's behavior.
What happened was I gave birth, and then I heard stories that he was getting married to someone else, but I didn't believe anybody. Then one day I confronted him and he said yes.
Under Islamic law in Malaysia, Muslim men may marry up to 4 women.
As the months progressed, he became more and more abusive, and then there was a quarrel, and he actually punched me. The reason he punched me was because I asked for money for the nursery.
Ida hired a lawyer and took her case to one of Kuala Lumpur's Sharia courts. Under Sharia law here, men have the automatic right to divorce, but women must prove their case before a judge.
You said in your email that this is going to be your last attempt to go through the courts.
Final attempt for a divorce. I should get it because this is a proper procedure. You see,
Ida meets with her friend, women's rights activist Zaina Anwar.
Ida first came to me because of the problems that she has in getting a divorce. Her husband does not want to give her a divorce, even though he has married another woman without her knowledge and has children with that other woman, and even though he's violent to her, both physically and mentally. So on many grounds, under the Islamic family law, she has a right to a divorce.
Zaina gave Ida some books on women's rights under Malaysia's Islamic law.
I read these books. This is the Islamic family law. This one is the Selangor Sharia enactments.
You know, she told us that, you know, it was like with the reading, you know, that she had, that she finally, you know, realized what her rights are and realized that her lawyer had not given her the best advice.
Ida fired her lawyer and began to represent herself in court.
This is myself and my ex-husband.
6 months later, the court upheld her claims against her husband and granted her a divorce.
This caused a stir in the society, actually, this article, especially among the men. They were heard discussing about this. Yeah. They said something like, you know, now Muslim women, they know their rights, you know, watch out.
The lower court had granted her divorce, but the husband appealed against that divorce. And this is where the problem begins.
Ever since, Ida has been fighting her husband's appeal.
Even though the law says that a woman can initiate divorce, can apply for divorce, many of the judges did not want to give the women a divorce for as long as the husband doesn't agree.
Today, Ida is returning to the Sharia court to file an affidavit she hopes will bring her case to a close. It was cases like Ida's that led Zaina Anwar to challenge interpretations of Islamic law. She lived in the United States for 5 years, earning master's degrees in journalism and international affairs at Tufts. But her interest in women's rights began at home.